guys, here to do a little reading for tonight's full moon. It's actually the full strawberry moon, and I feel like full moons are a really good time to release. If there's anything that you've been working on in your life, there's something that you've been manifesting, full moons are a really good time to kind of take stock and see where you are energetically, mentally, emotionally, and really let go of some old things that might be holding you back. So just as I was shuffling my Moonology cards, this card wanted to pop out. So we have a new romantic cycle begins. So it looks like with this full moon, you and your person, I'm getting, because this seems like for a lot of you, this is somebody that you're already connecting with. I feel like your person, especially if you have somebody specific in mind, this person has been kind of going through it. They've just been going through a lot. They've been doing a lot of clearing and a lot of releasing. And it feels like with this strawberry moon, this strawberry full moon, a lot of that's coming into culmination. Like it's finally like this cycle that they've been in, because it feels like it's been a little bit of a repetitive cycle. They're finally starting to close the door on that, on those old patterns, those old things that they really needed to release. And just as I was shuffling on the bottom here, they were wanting me to show this faith card. Yeah, I feel like this situation for some of you has like required a lot of faith and a lot of patience, and quite frankly, patience that you don't really have anymore, which is understandable. I understand that, you know, especially if you feel like you're in a twin flame connection, a very deep soul connection, something like that. These connections are not easy a lot of the times, and it does require a lot of faith and a lot of patience and a lot of growth on your part. And I feel like your person, if you know you are connecting with someone specific, they are really it's like they're trying to get into the same vibration as you. They're working really hard behind the scenes to do that, even if it kind of seems like nothing's happening on the surface and like it's just stagnant, like this person's not reaching out to you, nothing is happening. Yeah, we have the path. I'm hearing the path is clear if you want it to be. So I'm getting for a lot of them, if you're connecting with someone specific, it's like there's really nothing stopping this person but themselves is what I'm getting. And I feel like they've spent a lot of time coming up with different excuses and different reasons why they can't make this situation work with you, why they can't reach out to you. But I feel like Spirit's really trying to encourage this person to let those things go, right? I mean, in all honesty, this isn't just in relation to the person that you're thinking about. We can all get in this energy sometimes of holding ourselves back and not doing the things that we want to do just because we think, oh, I don't have enough money, or oh, I don't have enough this, or I need this before I can do this, or whatever it is, right? Like I feel like we're all, as a collective with this full moon, being asked to release that way of thinking and really release that old kind of energy that can keep us stuck, right? So that seems to be the theme for the collective right now, is a lot of clearing and releasing of this idea specifically of I'll do this when I have this, right? But in particular for this reading, I'm getting that this has to do with a romantic person, a romantic situation. Let's get some tarot to go with this. We have the Three of Cups. Yeah, I feel like there's some, with this kind of old cycle completing itself, there's going to be a lot of new, fresh energy coming in. This joy, this excitement, this happiness, just lots to celebrate. And this person wants to have some happier times with you. This is a message for some of you. I don't always like to read the Three of Cups as there being a third party or someone else involved in your guys' connection, but for some of you, I'm getting that this is actually like past energy. They could have chosen another situation, or they could have chosen someone else over you, whether they chose to like fully be in a relationship with that person over the connection with you, or they were just maybe kind of messing around with someone else, or they didn't really take the connection with you seriously and they chose another situation over you, is what I'm getting for some of you. That's like kind of specific, but I am being guided to mention that. And that's a really hard situation. Like, I know that that's not easy or fun, especially if this, you think this is the person that you would really like to be with and spend your life with. But I feel like they've learned a lot of lessons out of that situation. And I can already hear some of you being like, I'm not anyone's karmic punching bag. Like, I don't need to be someone's reason that they learned lessons. And, that's totally fair. I think that that's not necessarily something that any of us would like to be or would like to accept. But I think that regardless of whatever happened in your situation, this person has learned a lot from the connection with you, and they've learned a lot about themselves. They've learned a lot about what needs to change and what they need to look at within themselves in order for them to have any kind of happy or healthy relationship. And then we have the Chariot. Yeah, it's like they would really like this forward movement with you. I'm also really being drawn to these two horses. The black and white is kind of like the yin and yang. I feel like this person really needed to balance themselves. That was an issue for them, is like balancing their masculine and their feminine energy. I'm getting that this is a masculine, and this person's really not comfortable with their feminine energy. Like, it's very hard for them to open up emotionally. It's hard for them to listen to their intuitive voice. It's hard for them to tap into those more receptive, open, and emotional sides of themselves. And that could have been a huge block, and that could have been a problem within your connection. And it could have caused them to make some decisions that were not necessarily in alignment with who they truly are, or who they really want to be, or their true nature. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm actually getting for some of you, like the reason that things maybe didn't work out between you and this person is because they felt like financially they just weren't going to be able to make you the offer that they wanted to make you. And that was another reason, and something that really caused them to maybe self-sabotage in this connection and just not really, get things off the ground. But with like when it's falling over the Chariot as well, it's like this is what they would like to offer you, and this is what they would like to happen. Death and rebirth. Yeah, they would really like to close the book on this just old way of being and this old cycle that they've been going through. I'm getting that this is not an easy task for them, just because they've just been through a lot in their life, and it's hard, it's tough for them to change their ways a little bit, I'm hearing. And it's tough for them to accept new love into their life. The World. Yeah, just another confirmation that this old cycle that's been happening between the two of you, that might have been repetitive, kept this person kind of stuck, kept them quiet, that's really coming to an end, it seems like. And I feel like there's a lot of this going on within the collective. It's been coming out a lot in readings for the past, month, year. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you watch other readers as well, and it's been a lot of other readers have been saying the same thing. So it's like this is a big theme in the collective right now, is a lot of releasing of these old levels of consciousness, these old paradigms and patterns that tend to keep people from accepting love into their life. And love is the highest vibration of all, right? We all deserve to have it. We are loved. So I think that, also we have the Sun on the bottom of the deck here. I feel like this is really a sign of a completion for the collective. It's like we're closing out these old kind of painful cycles, because like with death, it's like it's never an easy process with death, right? Like it's like it always feels just painful going through these different challenges and these lessons. And now we're getting to reap the rewards, is what I'm hearing. Like as we continue to shift as a collective and we allow more love into our lives, we then allow more abundance to follow, and we allow a higher vibration for the collective consciousness and for the planet to really unfold. So yeah, I just cut the deck here, and I'm also seeing Ace of Cups. Wanted me to share that. Yeah, that's just another confirmation on this reading that there's just so much joy and happiness and a new cycle coming in. I know that it's tough, and it's tough to even believe that this is coming in, or that you're going to hear from this person, or a new romantic cycle could even happen in this connection. But believe it, it's happening. Things are shifting. Things are always changing and shifting energetically, even when we can't see it. I think that's a great place to leave this full moon message. Let me know how this one resonates for you guys in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one.